Hey, what's up, guys? Kaufman is a live YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Spawn Kills Every Spawn, number 2 of 5. This is a mini-series put out in the new Spawn universe. It's a $2.99 book. It's written and lettered by John Layman. Rob Sketchcraft Duenas is on the artwork and on the cover. Awesome cover here. Got the Days of Future Past homage here. Got Mini Spawn, or Chibi Spawn as he's called here in this book. He's got this wicked looking violator gun. It's hard to even tell what's going on here. But we got like Mini Spawn here. He's holding this giant machine gun with like a violator skull wrapped around it here. It's got the chain on the bottom here. We've got all the spawns on the wanted poster, like in the Days of Future Past X-Men comic book here. Really cool cover. Really love this cover. Got Spawn here. Awesome looking Spawn drawing. He's holding Mini Spawn up over this ledge. He's about to drop him. Mini Spawn's narrating. He says, "The plan was to kill every Spawn, remember? Then I would become number 1 Spawn." So this is a pretty silly comic book. I mean, it's not to be taken too seriously. I mean, it's pretty much taking the piss out of all the Spawn comic books. For that, I really like it. I mean, most of the Spawn books have, they're very serious and dramatic, and this comic is just fun and silly. And one thing I like about it here is kind of the minor plot line here is Chibi Spawn, he's trying to get into continuity here because even Spawn says, you're not even in continuity. So that's kind of his main plan, is to just kill all the Spawns, specifically the main Spawn, and then he'll be the most popular. He'll be the only one left. He'll have all the merchandise money. Then we find out that this was all just a dream, and he wakes up in his bed. Mom comes into the room here. She's like, "You didn't wet the bed again, did you, Albert?" I like that his name is Albert. His mom calls him Albert, like Al Simmons. But he says, "No, Mom, stay out, stay out." And then we've got a little arrow pointing that says, "Totally wet sheets." So he goes to the old drawing board here to look at his plans. He says he's got the most perfect and good plan, but he needs to find a more perfecter and more gooder plan. So he goes on to the internet to check to see what the internet says about who the weakest Spawn is, and it actually says it's him. So he throws a little fit. I like how he's got these pizza boxes down here. They say Todd Father's Pizza on it. So he hears something going on in the bathroom. He kicks open his bathroom door and he finds these little minion spawns. He says they're from the last Spawn Kills miniseries. He says, "I thought I flushed you all down the toilet." But the little guy grabs these Spawnclopedias, like encyclopedias. Everything is Spawn named in this book, in this universe. And he says, "Oh, you did it. You're my new buddy. You just saved the day. I'm still going to flush you down the toilet, though." So he says it's time to put his master plan into action. His mom gives him a big kiss here, and she says, "I don't want you getting into any trouble, and no killing." I like how Mama Spawn here's got like a Spawn outfit, and she's still got like the charred skin. It's pretty funny. Cute looking Mini Spawn here. He says, "I won't kill anybody who doesn't deserve it." And he says, "The thing is, they all deserve it. If I want to be the top Spawn, that is." So he starts killing all these like really minor Spawn characters. Gingerbread Spawn, Spawn Garoo, who's like a kangaroo. Okay. We got Moby Spawn. Then he tries to kill Spawnokio, but he's dropping a safe on him, like Looney Tunes style. But he misses and smashes his friends. And Spawnokio's like, "What'd you do that for?" And he says, "Well, actually, I was trying to kill you." And he goes, "I'm looking for Spawnokio." And he's like, "I'm not Spawnokio." He says, "Are you sure?" He says, "You got the wrong guy." But then his nose grows. Pokes Chibi Spawn right in the eye. So he says, "One dead Spawn later." So we know what happened to Spawnokio there. So he's burning him up here. He's got him in the fire pit. And that's when Jiminy Cockroach shows up. And he explains that he was the conscience of Spawnokio, but since he just killed him, he's going to be Mini Spawn's conscience. And he tells him that he's not going to be able to kill any of the main spawns. There's no way. Especially because now they're all on a team. And he pulls up this issue of The Scorched #2, which that is the actual cover of The Scorched #2, which is pretty cool. So he says, "You're going to have to form your own team if you want to take out all the spawns." He says, "That's it, Eureka." And he says, "And you don't need to kill anybody else. As a conscience, I feel obligated to advise you about this." He goes, "You're right, no more gratuitous violence." And then, of course, he just stomps right on him. He says, "No more killing after that." So then we go to this audition that Mini Spawn sets up here for Spawn Force, it says. Scene kind of reminds me of the scene in Deadpool 2 when Deadpool's trying to put together X-Force. So no one shows up, though. There's tumbleweeds blowing through. But then all of a sudden, everybody shows up. We get a really cool double splash page with lots of Easter eggs. All sorts of spawns here. Got like Simpson spawns. There's even a Sonic spawn. Calvin and Hobbes spawn. Got Peanut spawn. Garfield spawn. Shrek spawn. There's an Alien spawn. Predator spawn. Power Ranger spawns even. Mars Attacks spawn. This is a really cool splash page. It says, "You will probably die, but we have free donuts." And they got the donuts down here too. So really fun page. There's even a Waldo spawn. So this is just like a Where's Waldo page, which is just hilarious. Crash Bandicoot spawn. Really love this page. This is really, really funny stuff. He's like, "Amazing. This is an amazing turnout, but just one problem. How am I going to pick a team out of all these people?" And then the swimsuit Spawn supermodel sisters show up, and they're like, "Can we join your team?" He's like, "Oh yeah, this is going to work out just fine." It says Bay Spawn, like Baywatch. So that's the end of this issue. I recommend it. Pretty funny issue. Pretty quick read, really awesome artwork. Big fan of Sketchcraft's artwork here. Wasn't really aware of him before this, but I did cover the first issue of this book, and like I had already said, this kind of reminds me of like Scud the Disposable Assassin, which was one of my favorite comic books in the 90s. So definitely got that feel to it, where it's just all tongue-in-cheek, not taking itself seriously. So pretty cool book. Again, got to give it a recommendation. And thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. That's about all I got. I'll see you guys later.